Hello and welcome to the Hub. I'm Sam,
I'm Matt.
and today we're going to be reviewing.
Gotham.
Oh yeah, this episode being called "All Will Be Judged." The first 5 minutes of it was sick. You had clone Bruce in his house. You know, there's I think there's like an alarm going off or something because the window was open, and then out pops Selina, and they start kind of fighting. I thought her outfit was cool. Like she had a cool a leather jacket was kind of like different to her normal outfit. Like with the red leather and the black, that looked pretty cool. So yeah, she jukes Bruce, and then it in runs Alfred. In runs Alfred like, yo, what's going on? And then he drags Selina off, and then he kind of notices that Bruce has been stabbed or whatever. And then I thought the transition of like fake Bruce, as it were, the clone, where he's talking like Bruce and all that stuff, and then Alfred confronts him, and then he just starts talking like clone talking. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of good. I'll be honest, I wasn't really into the scene until Alfred started punching him in the face. It was awesome.
That was pretty cool. And then like they just start they pins him up against the wall, headbutts him back, and then whatever. That was jokes. And then he sparks Alfred out, and then like Selena's being all batty, like the. I can't like when I
She's
was
kind of got to
watching it.
be though, isn't she? She's a Catwoman. She's not going to be all super friendly and nice.
Yeah, I know, but like I get Alfred's kind of a little protective of her. You could tell that when he was sitting there and he was talking to her after like Clone Bruce ran off and she was sitting there with the ice pack, and I was just and then she was like she's not into helping and stuff like that, and Alfred's like, yo, Alfred's your friend, has been nice to you and stuff like not Alfred, Bruce has been your friend, you know, has been nice to you. It's like if you were in trouble, he'd help you out. And I was just waiting for like Alfred to be like, oh yeah, you know, if you were ever in trouble in the future and something like that, that Bruce would always be there for you, which would be like a little Catwoman homage and stuff like that. But like he didn't say it, and I was thinking, damn, if I only had my hands on that script, that's how I would have written it.
Thank God he didn't.
Yeah. The kind of you have Bruce come back to Gotham, and like the old guy like is trying to get him to put his thoughts of like his mum away and stuff like that of the night that they died and get rid of all that pain, and it make him into the ultimate warrior. And it's good as well because like the last time we got like another snippet of information, and this episode being that the old man wants to destroy the Court of Owls,
Hmm.
which is interesting because going against people's interests. But yeah, the kind of Lee was still being a batty crease. I mean,
Oh my God, what are they doing with
I thought
her?
they were gonna make up. I thought when she had a weird dream about Mario and him opening a vein and like take your medicine and stuff like that, and his face was all weird. I thought they were like gonna go and make up and stuff like that,
Yeah, because she seems to come around, kind of.
and then she just
But then obviously,
completely.
yeah, exactly, it shuts down again. It's like, I wonder, the writers must know what they're doing
Mm,
with her and making her so unlikable because they did it with Barbara. But I wonder what I don't know whether it was their plan to always make her evil, but I'm gonna give them enough credit to assume that it was. In which case, her being so annoying made sense because they made her legitimately crazy. They must know they're writing Lee as impossible to like.
hmm That's
But
what
she's
I mean.
just so annoying, and she's crying about some guy we don't care about.
Yeah, and then she goes to see the Mad Hatter again, and like she's just asking the same question she's asked before and stuff like that. And then even I thought I thought even the Mad Hatter was going to bring her around because it was like, look, you shouldn't be mad at Jim Gordon. You should be mad at yourself. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
For the kind of thing to happen, it's like they say, oh yeah, you're still in love with Jim, and she doesn't contest it. She doesn't deny it. and then she just U-turns and gets like super peed off. We had the executioner come back as well.
Oh my god, that
I
was so bad.
yeah,
He looked ridiculous.
I tell you what I liked about his outfit is
Is it?
he had like a thing on his shoulder, and it was like the city of Gotham, and I thought that looked cool, but I don't get why, like it.
Why has he got the crap across his face?
Don't know.
The costume looks stupid. There's like some bad version of the Borg. It's awful.
Yeah, I don't get why his arm was kind of mechanized. There's nothing wrong with him, but he had like a kind of and every time he like moved his arm, it'd be like that was annoying. And I
It's
don't
like a
get,
Borg. Why does he look like a Borg?
and I don't know why he had the kind of axe on his hand. It's like, why don't he just walk around with an axe? I'll admit that was dumb, because I was thinking for a while has his hand been chopped off or something. But then like he just had it took off when Kathryn like turned up and was interrogating him and
Why does
stuff
he
like
even
that.
need a costume?
I don't know.
Oh, it was terrible.
It was kind of. See, I liked him how they did him like early when he was first infected. He'd like lose it, and then he'd go and get criminals, and he had like three of them all like hung, about to be hung, like all stuff like that, and he'd like judge them and stuff, and then he'd pull the thing and hang them, and that was kind of cool because it was just kind of a normal guy who'd lost it. But now they've kind of made him like giving him a real kind of suit that just makes him look super tubby.
Yeah, it's goofy as hell, isn't it?
Yeah.
He legit. Michael Chiklis legitimately has a worse costume than he did in the Fantastic Four. He looks dumber here. That's an achievement.
Yeah, because they should have just let him walk around like he should have a police outfit on.
Right, he doesn't need a costume.
Yeah, but I mean, if they're gonna do anything, so yeah, Alfred's like gung ho going round trying to solve this mystery, and they kind of they arrest Kathryn finally, and then the executioner ends up lopping her head off, which I knew that was gonna happen. And then you had the whole thing with like the crystal owl and stuff like that that they're looking in one of the vaults or whatever, or secret room, and they find an owl, they shine a light on it and they see locations, but then that gets blew up. But then it turns out Alfred's still got bits of his, and they put it together and shine the light on, and it works. But the thing that bothered me was that they put it together and the map was like intact. I was thinking at least have some like crack marks in it and stuff like that, because like crystal, if it's been cracked, that light ain't gonna reflect properly. But they made it look immaculate and stuff like that. The kind of
Oh, but wait, we missed a cool scene where what's her face has been
oh
Kathryn's been interrogated,
yeah
and Alfred bums in and just gets it with it a knife,
yeah,
just rams it in her hand.
and then he's
That
sitting
dude is the best actor on the show.
and he's sitting it in his twist. I've always thought Alfred was good. You see him twisting it as well. Maybe one whack line out of that was, "Oh, is this good cop, bad cop routine?" It's like, "I'm not a cop, I'm a butler." I was like, that butler line was a bit cringe, but yeah, apart from
Oh,
that,
aside from
it was cool as well when it was like, "Where's my boy?" Like that about Bruce and stuff like that to other Bruce, and like I thought what was the kind of annoying thing, we'll get onto the Penguin and Riddler stuff as well, but the thing that kind of annoyed me a little bit is this whole like old man Bruce thing, where it's turned out his like now he's put away his bad memories. Now he's just literally a yes man. He's like, "Will you do anything for me?" Yes. It's like I'm hoping he's kind of faking it and stuff like that. I really hope he is, because that's super bad.
it is, but this old man thing, whoever he turns out to be, he is legitimately Ra's al Ghul.
Mm.
Whether he actually is by name or not, that's his function. He's clearly It's like they want to have their cake and eat it too.
Yeah, well, they're kind of setting it up. Well, you got to think if they write this guy so well, then they wrote Ra's al Ghul better. But I mean, they set it up because they always talk about like when Kathryn dies and beforehand, and she says it herself that she's not the leader of the Court of Owls, and then they're like, "Oh, who is this leader? Who is this leader?" and stuff like that. So I mean, but yeah, they still ain't willing. I guess it's going to pop up in the series finale, because we've got next episode, then we've got the two-part season finale, so it's got to pop up in that. The Riddler and Penguin stuff was good. You know, they had their little animosity in their cages and stuff like that, and then they kind of worked together. I like the rules they made as well, like no sabotage, no killing on the premises, and then like there's a 6 hour light parting time and stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
I liked when they escaped and they said, okay, we've still got time left, and so they can't attack one another, and then they separate. That was cool.
Yeah, and then like the kind he calls him Ed and it's like, don't call me Ed, I'm the Riddler. So, that's super bad, but whatever. And then yeah, and then Riddler's like, oh, we have control. Barbara has control of the underground. I'm not quite sure she does, because I think she's kind of all over the place at the minute, and it's Butch and Tigress who have kind of got it all on lockdown. Because I mean, she's pretty much vanished now. We see her storm off, and we ain't seen her since. So yeah, and then Penguin's just like, oh yeah, well I've got an army of freaks from Indian Hill, and it was like, what, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was cool. And then we get to the final part. Oh yeah, they're looking. They're at the GCPD and they notice the vial of virus is gone, and they're like, "Oh, where is it?" And it turns out Lee Tompkins has got it, and she injects herself.
As if she wasn't annoying enough.
I just didn't get it.
I don't get it either. I don't get A. I don't get why the characters doing it.
Yeah.
B. I don't get what the writers are doing.
She's complete. It's like she's just completely before she injected herself, she just like lost all logic and functionality, and is just like super self-destructing. It's like, yo, leave town and stay gone.
From a character standpoint, it's like, not only are you making yourself suffer, now you're going to make everyone around you suffer as well, which is selfish, the one thing you've constantly accused Gordon of being, and reckless, another thing you've accused Gordon of being. And from a writer standpoint, it's like, she's already been unlikable. This isn't going to help.
Well, I think what's going to happen is, because obviously they're planning to release the virus all over the city, so I figure somewhere down the line someone's got to make a cure for it, and it'll cure her, and maybe she'll come to her senses.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Maybe
all the damage be done though.
Maybe Jim will be like, oh, I pushed you so far, I pushed you to do that, never again, or whatever. But she's still going to be a moany one. Like, whatever Jim does, she's just going to moan. She's going to be like, oh, don't do that, oh, you're putting yourself in danger, because she was always like that beforehand, so she's still just going to be a moany broad. I don't think it's ever going to work. I think that now's the point, well, before now, but really looking at it objectively, is really to the point where they can never be together.
Probably not, and you know, they don't have to stick to the comic books, obviously, so if they did, the entire show wouldn't happen, but it is like her. I am confused about where they've taken her, because in the comics she was like a friend of Bruce's family and whatnot. Which she, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think she is in the show, right?
No.
So, I mean, where do you go in long term? Because, like, I don't see the relationship working either, and then she's going to have to leave. I suppose she's got Deadpool coming up, so she can do that.
No, she'll probably get killed off. Really, Jim's more likely to end up getting back with Barbara than anything else. At least Barbara won't flip and moan at him when he does stuff. Well, they've kind of got a thing going on, haven't they? They're more friendly than they have been. He's less kind of angry towards her.
Can't do that. You can't have a police commissioner hooking up with a nut job.
Well, maybe she'll reform. Maybe she's changed her ways. Well, if you say that, then why hasn't he brought her in?
Because it's Gotham.
And that's like what about him and Penguin? That they're always kind of doing favours for each other left and right. You know what I mean?
That's why they need a Batman.
Let's talk numbers.
You know, I thought it was alright. I liked it. Apart from, okay, I suppose I liked two bits of it. I didn't like the stuff with Leslie Tompkins, and I didn't like the execution and stuff. But everything else is alright. 7, I think.
It's cool when he got his hand blew off.
Who? Executioner?
Yeah, that was sick. It's like maybe my issue was I was expecting it to be spurting blood. He shoots it off. It's like a stub there, and there's like no blood coming out. I was thinking, what's going on here then? You know what I mean? Because with that's blew his arm off. It's going to be spraying like no tomorrow.
You're going to get that on network TV, don't you?
Well, oh come on! They lopped her head off. They lopped Kathryn's head off. I mean, that was crazy.
Yeah, but
And then
there
it just
wasn't a whole lot
rolls
of blood, was there?
away. So what?
There wasn't a whole lot of blood though, was there?
No, and like one thing that confused me as well with like Jim with his double barrel pistol and stuff like that. That looked crazy as well. But yeah, I'll give it an 8.5. I thought it was great.
Wow,
That Alfred stuff. They writ
that was
Alfred.
strong. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Alfred smashes it. S- Selina's kind of annoying. I know I shouldn't be annoyed with her because that's a Catwoman dynamic, but I'm kind of rooting for Bruce to be like, you
No,
know.
you can be annoyed. That is part of the Catwoman thing. She is perpetually annoying.
Yeah. So yeah, what did you give it?
7.
Really? Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
I'm
the
sorry, but that execution and stuff was lame. It
yeah
really
that
took.
they need to get rid of him. Get rid of him. But like all the other, I think the other stuff made up for it. So yeah, I'm Sam.
I'm not.
See you in the next episode.